Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trenchy back again to bring you another video. Um, this time it is Thursday, and you all know what that means. It's time for another edition of Thrill Me Thursdays, brought to you by Hey, Isn't That the Von Graham, aka Andrew, the creator of the series. And this time he wanted us to do a top 5 on greatest horror twists. So I chose a good little 5 here. I thought about this and I chose the ones I thought were cool and I thought were fun. And without further ado, let's get into this. Here's my system. Let me do my system real quick. Since this is going to be a touchy subject, and I do not want to spoil these films for anybody who wants to experience them for the first time, I have a system. I'm going to say the name of the movie first. I will then give you 5 seconds if you have not seen the movie to mute me. I will then spoil the shit out of the movie to talk about the twist. When I am done, I will give a thumbs up, meaning it's safe to unmute me and go on to the next film. Fair deal, right? I am too lazy to put timestamps, so we're just gonna have to do the thumbs up thing. Number 5 is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, came out in 1985. If you have not seen Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, mute my ass now. Okay, you better have muted my ass because I'm about to spoil the shit out of it for you. So here we go. So, this movie, we think Jason's back from the dead, and he's killing people, and he's going to town. And it turns out, in the end of the movie, it wasn't Jason at all. It was Roy Burns, a character we've seen throughout the movie, but I had no idea was going to be the killer. And the reason why he is taking on Jason's moniker and is killing these people is because in the beginning of the film, we see a murder happen. We see a murder go down of this retarded, mentally ill teenager is murdered by this other teenager with, like, mental issues as well, because they're all in the mental asylum. He, like, chops him up with an axe. Well, that turns out to be Roy's kid. So Roy starts killing all the kids at this mental institution, which was it was a very bad mental institution, because if you're gonna have people like that, my advice is do not give them axes to do chores. Like, do not give them access to weapons. If you're gonna have, like, people that will chop people up with axes because they're, like, trying to give them chocolate and just being annoying, do not give them axes. I don't care if you want them to do chores like cutting wood. You find something else for them to do. Do not give them weapons. And where were the security? There was no guards around. It was a very bad mental institution. And yeah, Roy was angry, so he dons the Jason moniker, kills people around town, makes people believe Jason is back to cover his tracks of his revenge, avenging his son. Very cool twist. I thought it was Jason at first. It's not Jason. It's just Roy. This movie has another twist, but they didn't pay that twist off, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. This was the film I was talking about when I said everybody's gonna pick one, and I'm gonna pick a different one from that series. I thought everybody was gonna pick the Friday the 13th first movie twist, but apparently, like, only Andrew technically did, and everybody just skipped over that one. I found that kind of funny. Because I was like, yeah, everybody's gonna pick this, and only one person picked it, but But so I really like this twist from number 5. See that? Okay. Hopefully you've unmuted me because we're going into number 4, and that is Sleepaway Camp from 1983. If you've not seen Sleepaway Camp, mute me now. Hopefully you have muted me, because I'm about to spoil the shit out of Sleepaway Camp. So Sleepaway Camp's about these kids that go to camp at Sleepaway Camp. And one of them's Angela and her stepbrother Ricky, nephew Ricky, something like that. And they go to the Sleepaway Camp. And people start dying. And you know it's Angela. You know it's Angela. She's the creepy little quiet girl. They don't really make that a secret. But the twist at the end is Angela isn't Angela. She was actually born Bobby. Yes, there was 2 kids in the beginning of Sleepaway Camp. There were 2 kids on a boat, and the boat crashes. Now you think the girl survives, but actually it was the boy, and the boy named Bobby, and the boy's aunt, who looks like fucking Michael Jackson after he turned white. Like, he had that disease that turned him white, and I bet he, like, bleached himself to, like, finish it, because, you know, he probably turned only a little white, but he had to, he probably fixed himself, like, not fixed himself, but he probably bleached to, like, make it not look as weird, and got all that weird surgery to look like an alien. The ant in this movie kind of looks like that Michael Jackson, like weird ass looking Michael Jackson. Um, After he got all the surgery and shit, and the disease, because he did have a disease that was making him pale. I know that because his son got that shit. But that all other plastic surgery stuff, yeah. But she looks like that version of Michael Jackson, and I think Michael Jackson was still black and normal looking when this happened. So when this movie came out, so this movie predicted the downfall of Michael Jackson. Um, that's a thing. But yeah, so the creepy ass aunt decides she wants a girl. It makes Bobby become Angela. And then and we find this out at the end of the movie when she's holding a severed head, making a creepy ass noise, and she's fully naked with her dick out. Like it's like it's flopping in the wind. The dick's totally out. So ladies, if you want to see a dick, you watch this movie. At least this movie gives like equal rights, you know? Get your first transgender. She's a psycho killer, but she's transgender. Progressive. You get your dick for women. Frontal nudity for women. Progressive. It's a dick. Of course it's on a chick, but hey, it's a dick. There you go, women. Um, but it is I'm making fun of it, but it's a really cool twist. You don't see it coming. It's disturbing. It's weird. No one wants to see a little girl with a dick. No one wants to see that. Like, nobody wants to see a dick in general, except for women, but even they probably don't want to see a dick like that. Like, nobody just wants to see someone holding a severed head with their dick hanging out. No one wants to see that shit. Making creepy noises. Nobody wants to see that. So, yeah, very, very disturbing. Gets under your skin. Sleepaway Camp. My system's working out pretty well, I hope. Okay, number 3, we have The Hole from 2001. If you've not seen The Hole, mute my ass now. Okay, I hope you muted me, because I'm about to spoil the shit out of The Hole for you. Okay, so The Hole is the first starring role of Keira Knightley, and it's also got Thora Birch in it, who plays the main character. Now, it's about these four friends that go into this underground bunker, get locked in. Somehow, this one girl escapes, and she's dealing with PTSD, and they're trying to figure out, like, really happened, how the three other friends die, and it kind of gets crazy, and there's a twist at the end. So this girl's claiming there's like, so we've heard her side of the story, saying that she's a nobody, and she was explaining what happened in the hole, and the detective doesn't believe her. So she goes to um the girl's friend, and she's like, and the friend gives a whole different story. So finally, she goes back to the main girl, the survivor girl, and the survivor girl's like, I can't remember. So they go back to the bunker. They go in the underground military bunker, and she tells the story. And the story is, she went in the hole. She had the key. She had the key to get out of the hole. But she didn't give up the key because she wanted alone time with the boyfriend. And she found out that the boyfriend and the other friend had both had sex with Keira Knightley, and I think they had sex with a couple other people. So that's why she locked the thing. Kind of like as a revenge thing. But Keira Knightley's character Frankie has bulimia, so she dies. She starves to death. Still doesn't unlock the thing. Then the guy she likes ends up killing the other guy because he finds out the other guy's sneaking food. Who that guy is his best friend. So the boyfriend, so not the boyfriend, but the guy that the main character, Flora Birch's character, likes, kills that dude. Um, then she finally she finally, they were gonna do a suicide pact, and then they were gonna do a suicide pact, and then the dude said, "Hey, I love you." So that's when she climbs up to the ladder and unlocks the bunker, and he gets fucking pissed that she has the key the whole time. So he goes after her, and the ladder falls and kills him, and she gets out, of course, and it goes back to the beginning of the movie. And then, so the cop is like, hey, could you go and, so the detective's like, hey, could you go and, like, clarify this, meet up with your friend, the nerdy friend, who she interviewed earlier, could you guys collaborate and tell that his story was right and stuff like that? And she's like, no, because what she did is that friend came over to confront her at her house, mad at her for lying and stuff, and she killed him and put the key in his pocket. And the way he was killed looks like a suicide, and she planted him in the river. And then she sits there and says that it's okay her friends are dead, it's okay the guy she likes is dead, because that his memory of her memory of him will be pure, or some crazy shit like that. So the twist is, this girl that we've been thinking is the victim the whole story is the perpetrator of this, is the main cause of this shit, and is a total sociopath. So everything, all the emotions she's been showing through the movie are fucking fake or exaggerated. She never loved that dude. She was obsessed with it. Dude, it's such a creepy twist. It's such a good twist, and I had to say all that just to explain it. That's why I'm hoping you didn't mute this one if you haven't seen this one. This one's really good. A lot of people said this twist was predictable. I didn't find it predictable. That took me off guard, man. That this chick, and she gets away with it too. She gets in the back of the cop car and she looks out the cop car and she's smiling at the detective because she made it look like the detective was attacking her, and the cops rush her away. And so the detective's just sitting there like, oh, that motherfucker. The detective's all like, shit. And this girl's getting taken away, and this girl got away with it. And it's like such a crazy fucking shit. Oh my god. You gotta watch the whole, man. You gotta watch the whole. Okay. Here we go. Number 2. Hopefully you beat me. Here we go into my number 2 pick is 1960s Psycho. If you haven't seen Psycho, mute my ass now. This is a brilliant film. This has a brilliant twist. What can I say about it? Anthony Perkins plays this so right. And what this is Norman Bates. We see him as this odd dude, but we think he's being controlled by his mother. We think he's just under the aggressive thumb of his mother and is hiding his mother's exploits, because we think what we think's going on is that the mother is so protective at Norman that if anybody like either hurts Norman, upsets Norman, or if Norman is sexually attracted to them, like Marion Crane, that the mother will kill them. And we see that Norman's a creep. He like watches her through his study while she's showering. So we just think Norman's a little off dude. And we think that's probably because of his mother's aggressive protection of him and overprotection. And we see him and his mother arguing all the time. We hear it. But the thing is what happened is his mother had somehow died. His mother's dead. And Norman has adapted this split personality to cope with that so he won't have to live without her. Norman has now taken on the form of his mother, so when we hear them arguing back and forth, that's him yelling at himself, changing his voice. And I do believe it's 2 different personalities, because you could see that Norman genuinely is sexually attracted to this woman, genuinely likes these women, but the mother personality of him will not, wants him all to herself and wants to protect him from threats like that. So he ends up taking taking these women out. And it's such a brilliant twist. It's especially the way it's executed. It's one of the greatest twists in horror history. And what can I say? It's fucking Psycho, man. It's Alfred Hitchcock. He's the master of suspense. He wrote the book on how to do suspense. Psycho, man. There's nothing much more I can say about it. It's just brilliant. You don't see that shit coming. And my number 1. Here's my number 1 favorite twist of all time. I know people are gonna be like, why didn't you pick Psycho? Because I like this one better. That's why. And my number 1 favorite twist of all time is from Scream 1996. If you have not seen Scream, mute my ass now. Hope you muted me, because here we go. So the ending of Scream is insane. So throughout the movie, we keep seeing Billy, the boyfriend of Sidney, put as a red herring. He's put in jail for the killer, because there's a killer going around killing people. And we keep seeing Sidney Prescott's boyfriend, Billy Loomis, targeted. And he's put in jail. But then Sidney receives a phone call while he's in jail that he possibly could not make from the killer. So they release Billy. Billy is released from jail. And we think, okay, he's cool. And then they go to the party, and Billy is attacked at the party. At Stu's party, he is attacked. And we think, oh shit, Billy's dead, so he's not the killer. Well, it turns out there were 2 killers, and Billy's death was fake. That was corn syrup or some shit. And that these 2 horror movie loving psycho fucks plan to kill Sidney have killed all the other people and had planned to kill Sydney after Billy had sex with her. Billy had to have sex with her first, because that's the rules. You have sex, you die. If you're a virgin, you live. So Billy had to have sex with her first. And to make the kicker, Billy killed Sydney's mom and framed Cotton Weary. I really thought that was crazy. Just the two killer twist alone would have been crazy, but then this whole other shit, like having Billy be the one to kill Sydney's mom is fucking crazy, and I bet Stu helped with that too. I don't count the third movie's continuity, so I'm just gonna say Billy did it on his own. And then having Billy, the reason why Billy wanted to have sex with her the whole movie, he's trying to get inside her the whole movie, and we think, oh, he's a hormonal man. Yeah, that's what you think, right? He's a hormonal man. That's why he wants to do it. No, he wanted to have sex with her just so he could kill her ass. Like, that's how sick this motherfucker is. And also what I love about this twist is we discovered that the killer, or the killers, are a bunch of fucking idiots. They're a bunch of morons. Billy and Stu are two idiots, man. And I love that. I love that part of this. Scream is fucking awesome. If you've not seen Scream, man, you gotta watch Scream. It's one of the greatest horror movies out there. And this twist just takes that to the next level. Yes, does the video scene kind of like foreshadows it, and after you watch the movie you can go back and look at that video scene and be like, yeah, but if you watch it the first time, you're not looking for two killers. You're only looking for one killer, so that video scene can throw you off real quick. But after you watch it the second time, you can be like, I get what's going on here. But yeah, again, Scream, awesome movie. Definitely deserves all the praise it gets. And that was an epic twist, man. So there, I did my top 5 favorite twists in horror. That was fun. Thank you, Andrew, again for making these challenges. They're really fun to participate in. Next week's foreign horror. That's gonna be really cool. I got a question. Canada counts as foreign, right? Like, I never really see, when people talk foreign horror films or foreign films, they never really mention Canada. Does Canada count? Because I got some from Canada. I've got one at least from Canada I would like to put on. So that counts, right? I'm still putting the fuck on there. I'm still putting it on there. I don't care. But yeah, foreign's gonna be real fun. I got some ideas for that. Um, but yeah, I don't know what that thing is on the floor. But yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep bop boop.